Okay, we're
Okay.
we're rolling now.
All right. Hi, Norm.
Hi there.
Hi.
Why don't you just tell us a little bit about who you are?
Okay. Is there a standard introduction or just whatever?
Just whatever.
Okay. I'm Caroylyn. I live in Portland, Oregon. I'm from North Central Texas. I'm 46. I'm an artist. I teach classes to mostly I teach other people how to make art supplies out of rocks and plants. And I make my own art. What else? I have a daughter, a partner. What else? What else should I say about myself?
Well, I think
Is
that
good? Okay. Anything
I
else?
think that kind of covers that. You know,
Okay.
okay, let's start off with this one. Now, we're going to this is how polarized we are here in the US. Now, what we're going to do is make 10. There is no polarization.
Okay.
And let's just make one. There is total polarization,
Okay.
100%.
Okay.
What kind of number would you put on that?
I think I would say, and we're talking about political polarization.
Political
only.
polarization,
Yeah.
yes.
Because obviously we're not polarized on like eating and things, basic things. Political polarization, I guess I would say 3, maybe 2.5. I feel I'm a poor judge because I live in Portland, which is very much a liberal bubble, and I have very little exposure outside of that bubble. So
That's quite all right. You know,
Yeah.
I think most people have less exposure out to a wider world than they would admit to. So-
yes, yes.
Okay, now here's the something that you could shed some light on, and it is what is what is an example of where you've seen this being affected in a positive way, where people from different backgrounds have found a way to come together.
So recently I was invited out to a small community in Central Oregon to teach a class. I'm an art teacher, so I get invited to teach various places. And it was a place I had driven through, but never, I think I had stopped maybe at the little convenience store, but I really didn't know much about it. I knew some about the area, and it's an excellent area for gathering mineral pigments, so I was very excited to go. And since I was a little kid, I've loved to travel, so I was excited to go out and just check it out. And I was hosted there, so I stayed a week and met a lot of people. I told my partner after a few days, I think I have more friends here than I have in Portland, because it's such a small town. Everyone was inviting me to go have a drink or come over or take a walk with the dog across the river, which was wonderful, because in Portland most everybody's too busy for that kind of thing, and I don't see people I know very often. And I saw people every day because everybody's just out in this small town. And I met with a lot of people because I was new. People were interested in meeting me, and I got connected with a lot of people through teaching and through the people who were hosting me. And most people, well, a lot of the people I talked to more in depth, I had some sense of their political views, but a lot of people I had no idea. The people who came to my class, no idea. And everyone was very nice. I would say universally, everyone was nice to me. I definitely saw Trump signs in the town. I'm not even sure if I ever saw a Harris Walls sign. That's interesting to think about. Not everybody had a Trump sign by any means, but I did see a few, and there were a lot of signs saying move. I'm not exactly sure what they said, but it was along the lines of move the Oregon border, that they want to be Idaho. And so I think that's a more conservative leaning opinion, and those signs were pretty common. Everyone was very nice to me, though. I felt welcomed. The people I talked to all said everyone is so nice in this area, and everybody's such good neighbors. And we were really connecting, not about politics or those kinds of things, but about the land, about rocks and plants, which to me are very universal human things that cross those lines, and people were excited to find out about the colors in their community that you can make, and so I felt just really positive about it. I had a great time, and didn't experience any sort of fear mongering around my views or anyone else's, really. So I thought it was a very positive experience.
But you had mentioned that there were some other left-leaning people that had moved to the community.
Yes, that most of the people I talked to, I think, were left-leaning, although I'm not entirely sure. It's very affordable out there to purchase land or even a small building, and so quite a few people had moved there because of the affordability versus, Western Oregon, Willamette Valley kind of prices. And they were so happy living out there and working less hours, living simpler lives. Some people were living in glorified sheds. Hardly even a house kind of situation, but very happy living that way. And I think there's a lot of appeal to that after living in the fast-paced Willamette Valley.
But so you found that with the political divide there, that there was a community that was not affected on a personal level, though. The people got along.
Yeah, everybody told me that everyone's very good neighbors to each other, and they had recently been threatened by a big wildfire, and they'd come together to help each other, and it seemed like there was a lot of goodwill out there. I'm sure there's hard moments too and challenges, but overall it seemed like a lot of goodwill between people.
Well, this heartens me to hear this. Maybe this could be a fractal that we could spread, and maybe there's much to learn from this. The idea of fire not being political is probably helpful. They found that in Australia. They had a horrible time with it 5 years ago, and so there are things that can bring us together. Hopefully, we won't have to depend on things that are tragic, but we could find our own best selves in other ways. And I'd like to thank you for your time.
You're welcome. Yeah,
and
thank you, Norm.
Hopefully we can interview you again sometime.
Sure.
Thank you. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.